Hi guys, welcome to another episode. We've made it to our house sit in Texas. If you haven't seen our previous episodes, we bought a camper van in Michigan. We've driven down to Texas. We had a little breakdown on the Ray, so then they put the pressure on to get to our house sit.
Why we chose to do a house sit now was after a few weeks of travelling in Roger, we found one or two things that needs to be slightly modified. For a start, the windscreen wipers aren't working, so they need to be sorted, and we wanted to put some solar on.
And there's a few leaks in the van. It's raining, the van's leaking, and just a few little bits and pieces we're going to change on the inside.
Just to make it a bit more comfortable for us.
In this episode, we'll show you some of our house sit and some improvements we've done on the van. So what we're here, we're looking after a dog and two cats. Do you want to meet them?
No.
Okay, well come and meet them anyway. This is Tootsie.
She's got one of your socks again, for comfort.
So cute. Cute. She keeps taking the socks out of my shoes and snuggling up with them. It's really cute, aren't she? Yeah, you're beautiful. We walk her every day at 6 a.m. We're not used to early mornings, so we have to set the alarm. When we get up, Tootsie's already waiting for us by the door and patiently stands by while we feed the cats and put our shoes on. And this is for you, Mama Kitty. Oh, sorry, you don't want to watch, okay? What have you done to Roger?
Windscreen wipers aren't working. This one's working, but not this one. And that is loose. In here is a bar which connects, gets my finger stuck. The bar there moves off this motor and moves this one as well. I've got to get that back onto there somehow. Possibly a rubber's gone. I might need to get some parts for it, so we'll have to have a look and see what it needs. In there, it's got a hex connection in there for the screw. That's spurred out. Cut a whole groove across there with a Dremel. So I'm using an ordinary screwdriver and take it out.
So if you've seen in our other episodes, we had some problems with the screen wipers not working. So Mike's going to try and fix them. We're very lucky we're at our house sit and they've got a whole lot of tools we can use. Going to do a little bit of work on the van while we're here.
There's this arm here. It's actually fallen off. A little connector piece in here. I've got a packet of them here. Those are just perished and broken off and the arms are just fallen apart. Just replace it and it works.
Hopefully a simple fix then.
Both in there okay. So we're official, we've got our Montana tags to put on a car.
So when we bought our car, they gave us a temporary one and that was valid for a month. So then we had to organise getting actual plates. So we'll explain a bit more how we did that in another video. But Mike's just going to swap the plates over now.
Now Roger is officially from Montana.
During our house sit, Mike got a lot of work done on the van. Solar panels were the main thing we wanted to get installed on the roof. We opted for two 100 watts flexible solar panels as they were lighter and easier to handle. It's been so hot here, consistently 40 degrees and above, not dropping much below 30 overnight. Even Kevin struggled with the heat and fell off the dash, breaking his beak. It's okay, Mike glued it back on. We had a couple of vicious thunderstorms. Thunder is so loud here, and an almighty explosion cracked outside the window. We went outside to watch and film the storm, and another explosion had me swearing and running back inside. Jesus, I'm going! Then the rain came. We tried to venture outside again. I opened the front door and stepped back as a raging waterfall had sprouted over the eaves. We scurried back inside, but we weren't the only ones. A large spider ran across the lounge floor, heading to our bedroom. I almost stomped on it, but decided instead to capture it in a glass, not wanting to deal with spider gunk all over the floor. Mike slid some paper underneath and took it outside and set it free. Then a scorpion strolled across the floor, stopped and looked up at me. Thankfully I had a glass handy and captured it as well. Mike also set it free. It was the second scorpion we had seen in the house and I just hoped they weren't getting into our van. So we've been in our house sit in Texas, we've done some work on the van.
Today we're going to put the solar panels up on the roof. We've got the solar panels, we've got some metal rails, nuts and bolts and washers and some butyl tape. So the plan is Those will go either side, bolts through the holes in here knock down.
These are what they call T-track.
T-track.
But you just slide your screw in here like this, which Mike had to actually cut the screws down a bit so they fitted.
So it won't slide.
So he's got them on there, if you can see there, but then there's a big gap underneath and we don't want it flapping. So that's where these plastic bits come in. It's called Coroflute in New Zealand, and in America it's called Coroplast. And Mike's going to put some of that underneath it.
We had a little leak through the door where the water ran across here and ran inside the door. So I just put a little strip here, diverts the water over and it drips down here.
Oh yeah, and it works. We've had some torrential downpours and it hasn't leaked. Yahoo!
I've done the same at the back as well. Had the same sort of problem at the back door. So again, the water will run down and just drip down over on the window. It doesn't go down in through the gap.
We haven't actually, it hasn't rained since we put that one in, so we haven't tested that yet.
Another one that you might not notice is down below here. Comes all the way across.
That's to store our sewer pipe, to keep it separate from our other stuff. Just done a few little changes to the inside as well. We'll go and have a look. We were going to rip it all out and do it all again, but we decided the layout works and we can put up with it looking a bit brown.
So we've been doing some gardening. We got ourselves some plants.
Basil, because we like making pesto. What else we got there? Some mint. Got some Thai basil. Got some parsley. Some real basil. Some rosemary.
Couldn't get any cilantro, coriander. We've installed a lagoon table. Joe can sit here, look out the window and do her work, while I sit here and fight for the table and have breakfast. Talking about breakfast, for preparation of meals, I put an extra table on the top.
You probably noticed in the other videos the toilet was just sitting there, and now we've got that.
And
if you want to use the toilet,
you can just hook it in, up out the way. Ooh. Just like that.
So that's a big improvement. We didn't like the toilet just sitting there. It was just a bit creepy. So yeah, and then just a little towel just to section it off. We can use it to wipe our hands as well if we want to.
So going on with the electrics, we've got the MPPT controller for the solar panels. So the solar panels come down into here. This goes down, charges the battery, and also it is the feed for the 12 volts.
Also we've put in some drawers here. Now bits and pieces in just to keep things a bit more organised. That's a box with all Mike's bits and pieces like sealant and stuff that we might need for repairs.
Put in some curtain tracks.
Because we wanted some curtains, we just picked up some cheap curtains from Walmart.
Put in some ties to hold them up out the way. That's a bit of Velcro.
Yeah, because there was gaps in all the blinds.
Oh, well, they're pretty old.
Yeah, so they're pretty. Oh, we went to the second-hand shop, little things to put up on the wall.
Some artwork.
$2.50 each. $2.50 for canvas and $2.50 for our little enjoy the ride with our bike on. Reminder of our bike trip. He's put in some more USB sockets here.
Another thing that we've purchased is a power bank. And if we're boondocking, we've got 110. Right, the other thing that we did buy is the little map of the USA.
Oh yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to colour it in where we've been as we're going along. So actually we could do that now, couldn't we, Mike? It's just stuck there with some Velcro.
We can use our table. Green.
And that goes just back up on the fridge. So we haven't just spent all our time working on the van since we've been here. We've been here for 4 weeks and we've also visited some small towns in Texas. We've visited Austin, which is the state capital, and we've sampled some local food. So I'll put all those in some separate episodes. So until next time, stay safe. I don't know where Mike is, and be happy.